Is it World War III yet? Have the machines started to rise up? The end of the world has always captured the imaginations of humanity. From the Book of Revelations to the Terminator, the idea of the apocalypse has always been a smash hit no matter which century you find yourself in. And now, with the rise of artificial intelligence, everybody thinks that Skynet is just around the corner. Science fiction is always a precursor to science fact, and in some cases, a foreshadowing of things to come. But the one thing that science fiction has predicted that no one is actually talking about or making a link to is communism. Now, communism, as it's often defined, is a political and economic system aimed at creating a classless, stateless, moneyless society where property and the means of production are owned collectively. I wanted to read it so we were all on the same page, but right away, if you listened closely, there was already a contradiction. A classless society means that there is no hierarchy of class. Everybody is the same, and also no one owns anything. It's all owned collectively. There's no distinction between who achieves more, who builds more, who risks more, who produces more. It's all flattened by the collective. And a stateless society means that there is no formal state authority, no government, no means by which to administer the rules. So then begs the question, how are they enforcing it? And so because nobody's been able to solve for this, nobody's been able to answer this question, every single time communism is implemented, instead of getting to a classless and stateless society, the opposite, in fact, happens, and the state grows and grows and grows and eventually consumes and controls everything and everyone. But science fiction has solved for this, and the warning comes from not a political textbook, but from one of the most famous science fiction franchises ever known, Star Trek. Star Trek The Next Generation, to be in fact, and in the episode Q, Who, the crew of the Enterprise is introduced to the Borg. A race of cybernetic humanoids that were stripped of their individuality, their identity, their gender, their race, their ambition, and their descent. They operate as a single hive mind with one mind, one voice, and one purpose, and zero privacy. The Borg are not terrifying because they are part machine. They are terrifying because they are the death of the person. They are the nightmare end state of collectivism as they erase everything that makes you, you. Now, take a look at current and developing technology, and it's not hard to imagine a nightmare future like this that could emerge. You already have technology that has brain interfaces allowing people to control machines. You already have swarm technology that literally controls drones in unison. You have the rise of artificial intelligence. You have robotics. And with all of this together, it's, again, not impossible to imagine a future where we don't create Skynet, but we create the collective. One of the most chilling phrases that the Borg says in unison of 1,000 voices is, "Resistance is futile." Now, imagine a society where resistance isn't crushed by tanks, but rather crushed by losing access to your bank account, or ruining your reputation, or your mobility is restricted, or you're not allowed to vote. Well, you don't have to imagine this society because it already exists in China with their social credit system. This is how socialism leads to state-run capitalism, which eventually transitions to communism, and China is well on its way. This is not a rebuke of technology. Technology can be great. It has wonderful purposes. Just look at nuclear. It can either power a city or destroy it. The danger is having such advanced technology in the hands of an ideology that does not value the individual, does not value the person, and only values what you can give the collective. That is not progress. That is assimilation, and that is the sole mission of the Borg. And that is why communism is not just anti-capitalist or anti-American, it's anti-human.